Well, I'm back for the second time today. Let me just bring up this chat and see if anyone pops in while we're live. I want to give it a couple of minutes because I was just walking past the shop and I saw something that I wouldn't mind to have. It's been hard to get here. So I'll wait just for a couple of minutes. And I thought, look, if I'm going to unbox it, I might as well unbox it with you guys. And we can have a bit of fun together. So just say hi. Ben said a tripod. No, Ben, it's not a tripod. I just discussed that today, actually. Michael's saying hi as well. G'day, Michael. How you going? Just pop in hi, guys. I'm not going to be here long. Dion, since you're getting so much new stuff, send me the old stuff, Dion said. I love it. Manuel says, hey, David. Bernard says, hi. Yeah, I've been looking at this for a while, but I haven't been able to get it. Like, it hasn't been in stock. And I just happened to walk past the store and it was there. So I thought, well, why not? I'll tell you what it is in a minute. It's not that big a deal, but you're probably going to laugh anyway. But I just thought, why not do it with you? Mike says an A92. Phonoman says hello. Lucas says A7000. I wish. Ben says a white rabbit. Well, Ben, you never know. It could be a white rabbit. Barry said hello again. Syed says, hi, it must be a new camera. Well, it sort of is a new camera. What have I got, though? This is the question that has to be answered. I'm just waiting to see if anyone can guess what it is. So it's not a lens. Must be a new camera. I love that when someone says that. That's a crack up. So like I said, I thought, why not unbox it with you guys? I think the dog box will be there too. Ben said from Geelong. Why would it be from Geelong, Ben? I don't know what you mean by Geelong. That's a crack up. Ooh, Ken said an OSMO Action. Interesting, Ken. Oh, got me curious now, Manuel said. Ben said GoPro. Ooh, Ben. Casper said tripod. I have a Holyland Mars 300 set that should arrive today, but now June the 4th. What's a Hollywood Mars 300 set, Dion? What is that? Mike said drone. Dion says DJ Action Cam. PV Log said, whoa, you finally catch your live. Good to see you on here, mate. White rabbit beer. Oh, that's what you meant by that. Oh, now I see what you're saying. Oh, I love it. PV Log says DG Osmo Action. Gilbert, g'day Gilbert, how you going? I'm just watching the end of last night's show. Yeah, I did that this morning, but I did a fatal thing. I just went to the shop and as I was walking past, I thought, I'll check if they're in stock, and they were. Lucas is saying Osmo Pocket. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we're ready. I should have run the timer so I could have put one in. Sam said a Sigma 105. I wish. I'd love to buy that lens. Oh, so it's a HDMI transmitter and receiver. Oh, that'd be cool, Dion. Interesting. You have to let me know how it is. All right, so shall we have a look? Here we go. Hang on. I've got to bring it up slowly. You know I get excited doing this. Hang on. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Most of you got it right. That's funny. So most of you did actually get it correct, which is really interesting. I noticed Gilbert said, go for it, David. I can put my camera screen onto the big screen. Oh, that's cool, Dion. How's Kerry not killing you? Well, she doesn't know yet, but that's another one she's going to roll her eyes when she gets back. She's on her way home now. I better be finished doing this before she gets home. Let's unbox it. I want to see what's inside it because I've got no idea. Oh. So let's have a look. A few of you have already got this, but I haven't been able to get it here yet. This is the first time I saw it. I went past, it's a store here in Australia called JB Hi-Fi. I walked past it in my local shopping centre and it was the first time they'd had them in stock. So I thought I'd get one. I've got the old GoPro. So to explain to you what's happened here, I've got the old, I think it's the version 5, or it might even be 4. I've got 2 of them. I think I had the version 3 and the version 4. So I've been in the market for a long time to get a new one, due to the fact of how old the others are. In fact, I don't use them. They're sitting in the cupboard. But what I liked about this one is the front-facing screen, and that's one of the things that I thought I could use. And also the stabilization of this one really appealed to me in the fact that I can use it for my YouTube reviews. So that's why I thought I'd get this, due to the fact I can put it on the top of the camera, also do some reviews where I'm walking and talking, and the stabilization seems to be really good. So that's the reason why I've got it. Sometimes I do use them for weddings when I'm doing video, like for first looks and things like that. I'll just have it as a separate camera set up. That's the last time I used my GoPro, actually. So let's have a look anyway and see how this opens. Oh, there's another thing there. So I mostly got this so I can do better YouTube reviews, or have something a little bit different. Now, I have also got the Osmo Pocket, and I'm going to just have to see, you know, how I go with using both of them. The funny thing is, I've hardly used the Osmo Pocket. Don't tell Kerry that, though, for God's sake. Remember, what we say here stays here. All right, so let's have a look. So this is the box. It looks good, doesn't it? A little nice little thing. Now I'm wondering, has anyone got one of these? Does it fit all the old GoPro attachments? PV Log, you might have one. I'm not sure. So that's the unit. Now, I really like I said, from what I've seen in the reviews, it seems to be that the GoPro has slightly better color, but the stabilization on this is better, and that's the thing that probably matters to me more. So that's the camera. I don't know what else you get in this box. One of those things to stop moisture. I suppose it's just a battery, is it? So let me know in the chat whether they do the same, whether it takes the same stuff as the GoPro. Because I've got a stack of the attachments for GoPro because of when I bought one. I've got a stack of the different stuff there. Now, inside there, you just obviously just get a battery, which is here. There's a little adapter that you can sit there, obviously. It comes in a case already, which is interesting. And then there's I don't know what that does. I suppose you just scan it and go to the info to activate it. You've probably got to activate it through the online store like you do with the Osmo Pocket and everything, though. So that's probably all the same. Then it's just some reading material as well. So the unit itself, yeah, it's tiny, isn't it? I mean, it really is small. I like the idea of how, like I said, if I'm vlogging, I can go from the front and look at myself when I'm doing this, because I do like to look at myself. I do like how I'm going to be able to do that and vlog that way and do different things with it, attach it onto my camera, for instance. So interesting. Like I said, I've got 2 of the old GoPros. I might just try and get rid of them. I mean, I never use them now anymore. So it'll be interesting to see. Let me know if anyone is in the chat whether there is whether these are the same attachments. I mean, I suppose I can just go and try them and just see. It looks like this is the same attachment underneath here. They look like they've stolen that directly off GoPro. But I'd like to get a camera attachment or something like that so I can run it on the top of my camera. So when I'm doing shoots and stuff, I can show you from this angle. The ones that I've got don't have the color screen and all that sort of stuff, though. So I think they're version 3 and version 4. I can't remember. I've had them for a while. But this looks good. So now I'm going to obviously have to get, here we go again. I'm going to have to get some NDs to put onto here. And also a spare battery or something. I think the battery lasts around 2 hours, I think. But I will have to say get a spare battery. I wanted to get this too because when I come to the States in February, I want to bring this with me as a little vlogging thing that I can take with me. So I'll let you know anyway how it goes as I use it in the coming days. So that was really all I wanted to do. I just wanted to open it up with you guys. Let me just read questions because it is a different time zone to everyone else. Like when I did stuff this morning. Most of you picked that it was the DJ Osmo Action, so that's cool. That's good how you picked that. Gilbert said, good morning. I'm just watching the end of last night's show. Yeah, I read that. Osmo Pocket. Lucas guessed it. Sam said the Sigma 105. I wish. Dion, you'll have to let us know how that transmitter and receiver goes. How's Kerry not killing you? She probably will later when she gets home. I've bought a bottle of champagne. So I bought a bottle of champagne. I might wait till we've had a few glasses of that and then tell her that I've bought this amazing little device. So I did purchase it. It's not sent to me. I've purchased it. Gilbert said, go for it, David. Langston said, Canon M50. Well, you were wrong, Langston. Gene says, it's the Osmo Action from David's poker face. I love it. Casper said, more gear, David. PV Log, yeah, just said, haha. Gilbert said, nice one, had great reviews. Barry Street said, heard good things about these. Dion said, there is a box in the box. There certainly is. PV Log said, I think there is going to be it's going to be a GoPro killer. Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose GoPro apparently are going to release another one the end of this year. So they may bounce back a little bit. I think the big difference between, for me, the stabilization's better, but I'm sure GoPro will fix that in their next version. But it's the front-facing screen that I really wanted to do for when I'm doing, like I said, vlogging and stuff like that. It's more about the stabilization, though, than anything for me with that. It looks like it really is good. So it may be a GoPro killer. It might be PV Log. It also may hurt the sales of the Osmo Pocket as well, though. I don't know. I mean, I've got both now, so... Dion said, PV Log, I think it will be... GoPro is already half dead. Yeah, it might hurt them. It could potentially hurt them, I agree. Langston said, tell self not to buy one. Save money for my A9 repeat. Oh, dear. PV Log said, yeah, I completely agree there, Dion. Way overpriced and DJ is killing it. Well, the interesting thing is, this was $499. You've got to get the Australian dollar is terrible at the moment. So this was $499. The GoPro was $599, $100 difference. That's a lot of money for a product that's probably no better, in some ways inferior. So they're going to have to lower their prices for sure. These things will sell pretty well here, I think, at that price range. So it's pretty good. The other thing I like about this too is you don't need cases. The version that I've got of the GoPro, you need to put into a waterproof case. The stabilization was terrible. Whereas I'm going to be able to say, take this to Disneyland when I go in February and go on the rides. That's if I'm allowed. I could just hide it probably. Go down there and do some stuff with it and all that sort of stuff, and it'll work just as it is. So, yeah, it's interesting. But $100 difference is a big amount of money that you save by getting that. Langston said, my Osmo Pocket has gotten quite a workout. I should use mine more as well. I really should. Because I do like it. I've just not got around to really using it much. Langston says, and yes, it does utilize GoPro's accessories with them out there. Oh, that's cool then. So, is there a camera mount you can buy that you can stick these on top of a camera? Let me know if anyone is in the chat knows about that. Kerry is going to slaughter you, I know. Oh. I've bought some champagne though. I don't have one, but I'm really jealous of your 24 GM, and this just might justify a purchase. Yeah, the GM, what can I say? It is beautiful. Ooh, that is so beautiful. I can't wait to start using this. I said this morning when I was on the live that I'm surprised how close focusing this is. It's going to be great for doing details and stuff like that in weddings. Plus, this is going to be an amazing gimbal setup. Oh, by the way, too, I'll show you quickly while you're here. I've set up that thing that SmallRig sent me. Check that out now. Check that out. How cool is that? So SmallRig sent me this. I'm going to do a review of this. I only got this today. But, boy, does that make a difference if you're holding this around. Now, that can obviously come up the top. Also, if you're going down low, you can hold this by the handle, and then you don't even have to bend down when you're doing stuff with that from this as well. So stay tuned for the review of this. Really good. It's also available. It's also available for the Rowan S, and I think it was one of the Kane ones. One of the other ones as well. So they've got a few different ones out. So stay tuned for that review. And the 24 GM, I think it's beautiful. And the results I've looked just out of the camera look stunning. So I can't wait to have a play around with that properly. Gene says, can probably just color grade or apply filters on post for the color. Yeah, probably. And they might update. I'd say there'll be updates anyway that come out. GoPro kind of made that a standard action camera mount throughout the industry. Yeah, well, like I said, I've got stacks because I bought stacks of attachments when I bought the GoPro years ago that have just in the cupboard down the back. I bought chest mounts, head mounts, all bike mounts, all different things, car mounts. So I should be able to use all those, which is pretty exciting. Greetings again, Hero said. Manuel said, try not to buy one. I like how you're going to present it as an amazing little device to her. Yeah, I'm going to say to her, and this is the plan, when I show her, I'm going to show her that I've bought this for when we go to the US. So I've bought this for when we go to Disneyland, and I think this will be amazing to take. So I'm going to sell it. But first, I'm going to have a couple of glasses of champagne just to lighten the load a little bit. I'm in so much trouble. Gilbert says, I've seen GoPro on offer in the UK, probably to compete on price. Yeah, they're still $5.99 here. I just had a look at JB then. Hero says they have cold shoe adapters with a Pro attachment on top. Oh, there is there? So I'll have to look at that because that's what I want. I want a cold shoe adapter. That'll be fantastic. PV Log said, don't show me that lens again. I'm telling you, you got to get one. This on a gimbal is going to be the best thing ever. This is just made for a gimbal. This is why I bought this. To be completely honest with you, I bought this to stick on a gimbal because I love using the A9 and the A7 III so much on gimbals. I might even put it on the A6 400, but it is so light and it's 24mm, which is beautiful and wide. And 1.4, got the declickable aperture. Beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to use it on a gimbal. Langston said ditto. PV Log, yeah, that's awesome. Hero said, all praise to the Sony Alpha black hole. All praise in the black hole at the back. Now, if I take it out of focus, hang on, you'll see the black hole in its true glory. You ready? Hang on. Ooh, look at the black hole in the background over there. It's stunning, isn't it? Oh, I love it. I'm laughing at PV Log's statement down there. He said, I've got to buy it now. Just get in trouble like I do. Don't worry about it. You've got 30 days to pay the credit card off. I love it. I should be catching up on my day job now. Laugh out loud. Love the champagne plan. That's it. I've got the champagne. I bought a nice bottle. It's all ready to go. It's in the fridge chilling. I'll bring it out, give Kerry a couple of glasses, smooth the mood a little bit, and then I'll have this just sort of in my pocket and say, Kerry. Oh, God. That's so funny. Langston said he's tempting you. Hero says laugh out loud. I'm in so much trouble. At least I can talk to you guys. Oh, boy. Dion says I should get into more YouTube so I can get all this silly equipment. Well, I've paid for this one. I did get another light today, though, that I'll show you tomorrow, probably. I'll probably review it. I showed you that other light that I got, but the new one that I've got is smaller, so it's an interesting. I think I could use both. So, but stay tuned for that one. So, but that is well, I shouldn't say paid, but they sent it to me, so I didn't buy that one. Whereas I did buy this out of my own money, unfortunately. But the other light that I've got's a beauty, so stay tuned for that. I've also got to do, like for paid ones, or when I say things sent to me, I've got the tripod that I've got to review. I've got the other light that I've got to review. I've got SmallRig stuff that I also have to review. I've got a bag. And that's it, yeah. I've still got to review the Profoto A1 yet too, so I've got to do that as well. Rui says, you look too happy. Yeah, I'll try and look a little bit down when Kerry comes home. Amanda goes, Amanda going to slaughter me over here. She doesn't drink champagne, so I've got to come up with another plan. Flowers. I usually get flowers. And, well, I usually get a nice drink. As soon as Kerry sees the flowers, she says, what have you bought? And the eyes roll. Or I'll be tricky this time because there's no flowers. It's just going to be the champagne. Oh, God, that's funny. Dion says, too late, I just Facebook messaged her. She's driving home anyway, so it's funny. Oh, that's a laugh. Gilbert says it's like Christmas every day. It is, isn't it? It really is like Christmas every single day. So now I've got to go and play with this. I have to go and charge it up. I was wondering whether the battery was internal, but it's obviously not. So I am going to have to buy a couple more of these. Or probably one. I mean, I don't know. Chocolates, Langston. That's a great idea. Chocolates could be the go. So Kerry will probably say I'm trying to make her fat if I do that. So do we have any questions, guys, while I'm here for a few minutes? Seeing I'm more here for the Europeans and the Aussies, seeing it's later in the day. What is the time? It's 5 to 4. Wear the Santa hat. That's not a bad idea, Rodell. I'm going to get slammed again for this. A guy called me yesterday. He didn't call me. He's left a message yesterday and said, you're silly and your channel's silly. I just said, well, don't watch. It was quite funny. I thought, oh my God, the people out there, honestly, some of the comments that I get, you just would not believe. Just having a bit of fun. And life is so serious. It cracks me up. Now you make her walk around holding flashes. She does. She works pretty hard as well, the poor thing. Oh, I'd laugh. Oh, that's funny. So, any plans you'd like to sort of share with me? What you're doing on the weekend? PV, I love that I caught you live, David. We'll get back to you if I buy the 24 GM. Catch you on Facebook. Yeah, make sure you do. Put it on thing and I'll watch your video. If anyone hasn't subscribed to PV Log, subscribe to his channel, guys. He's great. Was his name Ken Wheeler? Oh, you're talking about the one that did that? I don't know. I mean, it could be Ken in another life. I'm not sure. That's funny. I don't know who it was. I had a couple of comments sort of talking about it because it was when I unboxed the light, I think, because I get excited when I unbox this stuff. I mean, this is fantastic. So when I unboxed that, I think he didn't like me unboxing it. And I thought, well, if you don't like it, just move on. Shooting more YouTube vids for another content creator here in LA. Really, Langston? That's cool. You can't say what it is, I suppose, but that sounds interesting. I noticed Oreo contacted me the other day in our Facebook group, the Photography Videography School, and he's just bought an A9. I'm dying to see how he goes with that this weekend. He's been saving that for a long, long time. There's some great specials if you're in the US at the moment, and I put that in the video I put on today about the specials that are up for Sony. Like the A9 at the moment is $1,000 off. So if you are thinking about getting that camera, now's the time to jump, guys, because it is an incredible camera. It really is. And at that price, like I paid $7,000 for that camera. Do I regret it? No, because I've had 2 years of use out of it. But boy, I'm almost tempted to get another one at that price. If Sony don't release something soon, like an A7S III or a A7000, I might even buy another A9. Daniel said, well, I read that already. Akbar says, Black Magic. Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually, that camera. I don't want to change systems, though. Like, the problem is I tried it when I went to the GH5. And the issue is that when I'm working fast, like doing stuff like weddings and things like that, it's too hard to change multiple systems. And it's also a little bit hard to match the footage so it looks all the same. So I'd now prefer to stay in the Sony realm. So I really do want a Sony video camera. But I'll wait and see. Langston said, considering putting together a one light video shootout with another photographer in my studio at home. That sounds fantastic, Langston. Bruce said, hi, David. Have you any experience with the Samyang 1.4 lenses? only as much as I've used them in the camera store, and they were pretty good. Samyang have come a long way in lenses. The 85 is a really nice one. Langston said, I'm so jealous, I want that, and the special's at the end of June. Hero said, I am. Daniel says, I got the Sigma 35 1.4 Art for Sony today. That's a lovely lens. It seems to be a fantastic lens. You can feel the auto fixes moving inside, which is weird to me, but it's not slow. Yeah, that's a common complaint of using the Sigma stuff. Is it the Sony brand that you've got? Not the adapted one. I noticed that a little bit with the 105, but someone told me, no, with the 135, but that was adapted through the MC11. Someone told me if you get the Sony version of it, it is a lot quieter. But the autofocus of the Sigma lenses is outstanding, and the money you can save is certainly worth thinking about, you know, if you can't afford to buy a Sony lens. Langston said, BMPCC means I need a focus puller. Not true, but it's more work than the hybrid camera. Yeah, it is. And that's the thing. And I even found that with the GH5, that, you know, the focus was just that slow. I ended up having to use manual focus because I just couldn't trust it. And it wasn't working for me with the way that I shoot. These cameras now, like the A9, the A6400, and the A7R3, and the A7 III, the autofocus on it is so good that you can rely on it now, which is a big difference if you're sort of running and gunning like what I do. Dogsman said Sigma 135 1.8 or Zeiss 135 2.8. If I had to choose between those two, I'd get the Sigma 135. I loved using that lens. And the 1.8 does make a difference, so I would get that over the Zeiss. I love Zeiss lenses. I've got the Batis. But it depends too. If you want something a bit lighter, go for the Zeiss. But if you're after that ultimate image quality, which I think was the same as the G Master, really, it was so close, it was hard to pick. I'd go for the Sigma 135 1.8, just to have that 1.8 f-stop. Casper says, when do we get to see some pictures from your 24 1.4? I know I'll have to go out and do some. I'm not sure when yet, though. This weekend, I'm not sure what we're doing. I don't know how good the weather's going to be this weekend. So I've also got to catch up on a few of these reviews that I've got to do for stuff that I've been given. So I might be doing that too. I'm not sure. Daniel said, mine is the native Sony version. I think it's just how the Sigma AF motors work. Yeah. I mean, the difference between that, the G Master lens, with the this is dead silent. I mean, this is incredible. This is why I said I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new version of the GM 85mm. Due to the fact that these motors are so good now in this lens, I think you might find that there'll be other versions come out, like an 85 Mark II, even a 70-200 Mark II as well eventually. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, Dion says the weather's shit. That's the problem. So, I don't know, but I think that was one of the big differences when I could hear the focus motor going in the Sigma 135, but it didn't affect the focus at all. The focus was stellar. It was really good, and it was actually pretty close. It wasn't as quick as my G Master, but it was quick enough that you'd think it wasn't an issue to use. So if money was an issue, I wouldn't hesitate and get the Sigmas. I really wouldn't. I love the 105 as well. It was beautiful. So I will do some pictures, yeah, when the weather gets a little bit better, I think. Langston said, but you can freaking shoot raw 4K to an SD card. You can. I know, on that Blackmagic, I know, it's incredible. Dion says the weather is SH. Yeah, it's terrible. It's not going to be good at all. It's raining outside now, actually, or just drizzling, so it's not good. And it's hard to get models to come out and stuff, and, you know, when it's like that, it's hard to get a bit enthused, so I'm not sure what will happen. I will have to try and do some, though, because I'd like to get out also and review the... I've got to review the Profoto A1X, so I've still got to get out there and review that, so I'm going to have to do a night shoot somewhere and bear with the weather. So stay tuned. I will use the 24. I'll probably use it when I do that too. And I'm particularly keen to do it with the video, so you'll see it from the video side of things. I'm also going to, in the coming weeks, start to review some sign lenses, really expensive ones, so stay tuned for that. I want to shoot anamorphic, so I'm dying to try some anamorphic shooting. So stay tuned for that. And I'm thinking that I might go down the Great Ocean Road, which is a gorgeous road here with beautiful beaches and gorgeous waterfalls, and do some anamorphic shots of all that sort of stuff of our beautiful scenery. So stay tuned for that. That's going to come up shortly. Dion said, this is why I'm doing my workshop in studio. Yeah, I don't blame you, Dion. That's what I do now. I mean, I'm lucky I've got a big home studio. So I will be doing some home studio stuff coming up in the coming days as well. I don't blame you, Dion, for doing that. It's beautiful up here. Be quiet, Mark. We're the total opposite to you guys, and particularly from the US and Europe, you know, where you guys are going into summer now, we're just going into winter. I mean, our winters aren't cold to European standards, but they're still cold. Like it's 12 degrees Celsius now today, so it's quite cold. You know, and I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, probably 40s or 50s would it be? I don't know. Let me Google it. Hello, Kerry. 12C to Fahrenheit. What are we? It is 53.6 degrees. Come and say hello.
That's okay. Are you on live?
Yeah, I'm on live.
Hi.
Yeah, so we're 53.6 degrees Celsius today. So it's, I mean, I suppose, like I said, to European, that's not cold, but it's certainly cold for us Aussies. Dion said, Kerry's gone. I don't want to tell her till I've given her the champagne. What did Dion say? Dion might be going down the Great Ocean Road in the 22nd of January with Matt from Sydney. Want to come along? Yeah, I might, Dion. Yeah, I may do that. Just keep me updated. If I'm free, I might pop along with you. Langston said too cold. Yeah, it is. Sam said 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Yep, it's cold. Gary said, I shoot with Sigma lenses, great lenses, save tons of money. And that's the thing, if money is a little bit tight for you, you can go the Sigma way and then also get a prime. I mean, the money you will save, I can tell you here in Australia, I don't regret buying this at all, though, because I love it. And this is stunning, this lens. But if you are a little bit tight for money, if you want to get the Sigma version of this, the 135, there are $1,000 difference. Now that $1,000 can buy you a good prime. So that's something you've got to consider. Or it could buy you almost a Tamron 28 to 75. So it's something you do have to consider. You know, if money's a bit tight, there's nothing wrong with Sigma at all. June, not Jan. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Dion. Yeah, just keep me updated. And if I'm free, I might tag along with you guys. Dion said she knows. She doesn't know yet. I hope not. Mark said Australia is so vast though, and you can travel from cold to very warm actually. Yeah, well up north it is warm, isn't it? I mean up north is beautiful and warm. 53 is like winter in Florida. Yeah, well it's winter here, hero. Yeah, that's what we're in now, winter. It doesn't get really any colder than that though. Like that's pretty cold. We usually, I think, in Melbourne, we're sort of, I think the average is about 15 Celsius, which is probably around 50, I don't know, 56. What's 15? Let me try 15. 59. So the average will be around probably 59, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That's our average for our winter temperatures. It doesn't snow down where I am. I mean, we don't get snow. You have to go in the hills to get snow. You should break the news to Kerry over champagne. Caught red-handed, haha. Gary said, money key has never been tight. I'm sponsored by Sigma. Oh, that's good, Gary. Well, that's fine. That's fantastic. Lucky you. I'd love to be sponsored by Sigma. Sigma, if you're out there, sponsor me. Dion said, Sony announced Venice Firmware 5 with frame rates up to 90 frames per second at 6K. So that's for the FS7, is it, Dion? That sounds cool. Do any of you use planning software for your shoots? No. I do use a software, though, that should take you all through one day. It's called Shoot Q. which is a studio software. So it sort of does do planning in a way. I should take you through that one day. Like to plan when where lights go. Oh no, I don't do any of that. No, I just do it from experience now. That sort of planning software for studio shoots. I see what you're saying. No, I don't. BJ says another unboxing. You're spoiling yourself. I hope Kerry is getting new stuff. Was 58 here in Palm Springs in the morning last week, then 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. I need a sponsor from Aperture. Ted, are you listening? I'd like a sponsor from Aperture as well. That'd be lovely. I'm lucky now that I do get sponsored. Well, when I say sponsored, I mean I am lucky now that CR Kennedy is looking after me in that regard. So it's fantastic to have a company supporting me. So I really have to thank them for that. Because it does mean that I can review things for you guys, and that's where I'm going to get those sign lenses and stuff like that. One day I'd like to... They also supply high-end medium format cameras, so one day I'd love to get a hand of those and try a shoot, say, between the A7 R3 or R2 against, really sort of high-end medium format cameras and just see what the difference is for you guys. That'd be fantastic, and, I'm probably going to be able to do that with them. But yes, Aperture, if you're looking, sponsor me. I'd love that. Photomech says, Casper, Master in the building. Nope, just kidding. It's Ike. G'day, Photomech. How are you? Gary says, was in their advertisements in pop photography years ago, 217 to 28. Oh, they get new pros every 4 years. Oh, so that's, you're talking about for the Sigma lenses. Interesting. That's fantastic. I'm a bit envious because I love their lenses. They're very, very good. Well, that might be all there is, guys. I need to go and get Kerry drunk. If Photomech's in late, I'll just show you what I bought Photomech. I bought the new Osmo Pocket and I did an unboxing of that. So, I thought I'd show everyone what I just got. Gary said, I still get lenses at employee cost. That's cool. And that's about it, guys. Heroes, I'll answer these last ones. What did we unbox? I unboxed that. I unboxed the Osmo Action. So I've just bought this Photomech. This little baby. Just thought I'd do it with you guys. Hero said the Hasselblad 100 megapixel camera is amazing quality, but I think it only has one AF point. Laugh out loud. Yeah, well, that's what I've got to try. I mean, I did used to use medium format years ago, but that was film. So I'd like to try some of the digital ones that they have there. They have a few different cameras that they sell, I think. I don't know what they sell. Let me just check. Ooh, photo imaging. I'm just looking down here. Medium format. So they sell the Hasselblad. They sell Pentax, medium format as well. Phase 1. That's obviously the Phase 1 digital back. So they sell all the Phase 1 type stuff as well. So they're the cameras that they sell. So I'd love to get my hands on a couple of these and try these out with some of their lenses. That would be fantastic. So hopefully, I'd love to get this baby up here. I'd love to try that one out. So hopefully I can get one of these and, try it out for you. And like I said, I'm definitely going to be trying some of the sign lenses and stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned. My 5 minutes of fame, Gary said. Good on you, Gary. Nothing wrong with promoting yourself, mate. Photomech says, oh, okay, I'm holding out for the Sony to update the X3000 personally. Yeah, I can understand that. The Sony one's a great camera. Gary says, love your photo vlog. Thank you so much, Gary. Mark said, Kerry will slaughter you. Ruben says, how are you enjoying the 135? I love it. I used it on the wedding on the weekend, 2 weddings that I did, and I adored it. It's fantastic. The separation that you get from that lens is out of this world. I really, really love it. I like it a lot more than what I thought I would, to be honest. It's beautiful. Focus is outstanding. It's dead silent, beautiful to use. It's great. I'll do a full review of it for you guys. I will get around to doing it. So yes, I won't be selling my 70-200 though. No, I'm going to keep the F4 version that I've got. I really like using that. It's a fantastic camera, fantastic lens. And you still need sometimes, the 70-200 focal length. But, I'll be keeping that one for sure. Hero says, Fuji has one too many, angry photographer. I can lend you one. No, that's okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I better go and suck up to Kerry out there. 135 is I don't find it too damn heavy at all. Look, the Sigma is heavier than this one, Gary, and I noticed that. But you know what shocked me was when I used the 105, I carried that around all day when I did that shoot in Echuca, and I didn't mind it at all. It was heavy, yes, and I surprised myself because I got rid of all that stuff, but the quality I was getting from it was so beautiful that I really enjoyed doing it. But I have to admit, Sony are fantastic with their G Master lenses in how light they can be. And this is lighter, and that does make a difference. The 24 is ridiculously light. Like, that is crazy. It's only 440 grams, I think. Like, that seriously is nuts. It is fantastic. To think that they can produce lenses like that are as sharp as they are, is amazing. I'm still waiting for the ND filters to come. I've ordered them from the US, so I've ordered those dear ones, the Peters, whatever they are, so I'll let you know whether they're worth it or not. So I'm waiting for those. The good thing is it's 67mm, so it's the same size as my Batter, so I can share the ND filters between the two of them. So I'll let you know how that dear one is, say, compared to this ND that I use, which is the Hoya. Is it going to focus? Yeah. So that's what I'm using at the moment. So I'll let you know whether it's worth that money, because they were $290 or something, so they're expensive. So I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. Gary says, I prefer the 70-200 2.8. BJ says, thanks. Looking forward to your 135 1.8 review. I have the 85 GM, and not sure if it's worth getting. Oh, it is. It's incredible. Hero says, after I carried the 150 to 600 all day, I welcome the 135 any day. Joe A7R3 said, I bought the Pentax 6x7 in 1972 for $279 and a case, my favourite film cam ever. Have I got a Pentax? I have got a Pentax over there. Yeah, I have got one. An old film camera. Sony just needs a 105. The 105 will come. Sony will do a 105. They've already said that's going to happen. Yes, Mark, Sony needs a 105 ASAP. That'll be fantastic. There is a big difference in how close you can get with a 105 as against a 135. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm popping out. Just wanted to say hi. Just wanted to do that unboxing with you so you could see it. Apart from that, stay tuned. I'll have some other videos up soon. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.